The silence in the room was deafening. You sat at the edge of the bed, staring at the pregnancy test lying on the nightstand. Two lines, clear, undeniable. Your hands trembled as you reached for it again, as if the answer might change if you looked at it differently. You were married, at least on paper, an arranged marriage with John Jungkook, a man whose beauty was sharp enough to wound and whose heart felt like a block of ice pressed against yours every night. He was polite in public, cold in private. He never yelled, never touched you more than necessary, but his indifference was more painful than cruelty. You thought maybe, just maybe, this child could change things. A baby might melt his icy walls, draw him closer, give this marriage a meaning beyond family obligations. But when you told him, his reaction shattered everything. That evening, you waited for him, dinner set untouched on the table, your heart was pounding with nervous hope. When he entered, his coat draped over his arm, you stood up immediately. He looked at you. You didn't sleep yet? I was waiting for you. You said almost in a whisper. He looked at the clock on the wall. You don't need to wait for me if I'm late. You didn't say anything because all that was in your head was fear of his reaction. Jungkook, your voice wavered. I have something to tell you. He raised a brow, tired eyes meeting yours. Go ahead. He swallowed hard. I'm pregnant. For the briefest second, you thought you saw something flicker in his eyes, but it vanished so quickly you wondered if you had imagined it. His jaw tightened, his lips curved into a thin line. You sure? Those words made you look at him. I did a test twice. He exhaled, a strange kind of fear you noticed on his face for the first time since marriage. A child, now. His tone was calm, too calm, not joy, not excitement, just calculation. You know, this marriage was never supposed to turn into that. Your lips parted, your throat went dry hearing those words. What, what do you mean? He exhaled sharply, running a hand down his face. His voice clipped. We had an understanding, didn't we? This marriage, it was for our families, for stability. You still had time to adjust. I still had work to do. Bringing a child into this now, it complicates everything. Tears burn at your eyes, but you forced a shaky laugh. Complicates? Jungkook, this is a baby. Our baby. You are not. I'm not ready. The words came quick, cold. He looked away, his voice lowering. I never asked for this. Not now. Not like this. You clutched the edge of his desk, your knuckles white. So what are you saying? That it's unwanted? His silence was louder than any answer. Finally, he muttered, his tone low and heavy. I just don't see how this fits into what we agreed on. Into us. The floor seemed to tilt beneath you. Us? You are talking like this is a contract negotiation. Your voice cracked. I thought maybe even if we started as a deal, after everything, after a year together, after nights you held my hand, after the way you looked at me sometimes, that maybe it meant more to you. I thought a child will bring us closer. He looked at you. What kind of logic is this? You think a child will fix all this? Don't twist this. You know how much I. He stopped, shaking his head. This isn't about love, it's about timing, and this isn't the right time. Tears spilled freely now, blurring your vision. So you would rather I erase it? Pretend this never happened? Is that what you want me to do? His throat worked, but he didn't deny it. The silence was the cruelest answer of all. You staggered back, pressing a hand to your stomach protectively. You don't even hear yourself, do you? You are asking me to choose between the life inside me and the man I thought was my husband. Jungkook finally stood, his composure cracking just slightly. He reached out as if to touch you but stopped halfway, his hand falling uselessly to his side. I don't want to hurt you, but I don't want this child either. Not now. You laughed bitterly through your tears. Then what are we even doing, married? With that, you turned and walked out, the sound of your footsteps echoing through the silent house. Jungkook didn't follow, and that silence, that choice broke something inside you that words never could. Alone in your room, you curled into yourself. A child deserved love, warmth, a home, not to be born where it was unwanted. Through tears, you whispered, I won't destroy my baby's life just because I was foolish enough to believe he would care. I'll end this before it begins. The next morning, you made an appointment at the hospital. You sat in the sterile white office, nervously clutching your purse. The doctor's voice was gentle. You are still early in your pregnancy. If you wish to terminate, it can be done safely. Your throat tightened. Will it hurt? Physically, no, but emotionally. The doctor paused, studying your face. This isn't an easy choice. You forced a shaky smile. It's harder to bring a child into a loveless marriage. The doctor didn't press further, only nodded. I'll give you time to think. As you walked out of the hospital, you wrapped your scarf tighter around yourself, hiding your face. No one could know, not Jungkook, not your family. This was your burden alone. Jungkook was sitting in his office, but instead of work, his mind couldn't stop reeling everything that happened last night. Your tears, that betrayal you felt after hearing his words. He could see everything. Jungkook had always carried the weight of decisions made for him. Born into a family that valued legacy above individuality, his life had never truly been his own. The path was laid out long before he could walk it. Education, career, and even marriage. His parents believed an arranged marriage would protect the family's reputation and strengthen business ties. Love was a luxury he wasn't allowed to consider. But once, before duty tightened its grip around his throat, Jungkook had loved freely. She was everything he thought life had denied him: warmth, simplicity, and an unshakable belief in happiness. With her, he discovered what it meant to want a future not because it was expected, but because it was chosen. They dreamed together, even spoke about building a family. For the first time, he believed he could escape the cage his last name had built. That illusion shattered quickly. A mistake. His mistake tore them apart. Words spoken in anger, pride that refused to bend, and choices made too late left her walking away. He learned only afterward that she had been carrying his child. The loss of both the woman he loved and the child he never got to hold branded itself into him. He buried the grief under work, power, and a cold exterior, but the fear remained. So, when his family forced him into marriage again, it was nothing more than another transaction. In his eyes, a contract, not a union. He promised himself he would never love, never hope, never open that vulnerable part of himself again. Love had betrayed him once, and he convinced himself that keeping his heart close was safe than losing it all over again. That was why his reaction last night had been so cruel, so thoughtless, not because he wanted to destroy what little bond was forming now, but because the ghosts of his past had clawed to the surface and fear had spoken for him. Suddenly his phone rang, bringing him back from his thoughts. It was Minho, one of the assistant doctors who had seen you earlier. Mr. John, Minho said hesitantly, I shouldn't interfere, but your wife came to the hospital. She says she wants an abortion. I was just wondering if you are aware of this. Jungkook's blood ran cold. What? She looked heartbroken. She said it was because of something you told her. I thought you should know. Jungkook hung up without replying, his chest tight with panic, his own words replayed in his head, echoing like a curse. Never accept a child from you. He slammed his fist onto the desk. What have I done? He immediately rushed home. He found you curled on the couch, hugging your knees. Vian. His voice was unsteady, softer than you had ever heard it. You didn't look at him. Why are you here? Shouldn't you be at work running your empire? He stepped closer, guilt written across his face. Please don't push me away. You turn, eyes red and swollen. Push you away? Jungkook, you did that yourself the moment you said you didn't want a child from me. His throat closed. I was wrong. I was scared. It wasn't what I meant. You let out a bitter laugh. Then what did you mean? Because you looked me in the eye and made me feel like and the life inside me meant nothing. He had no defense, his lips parted, but only silence came out. And for the first time, Jungkook realized silence could destroy more than anger ever could. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I was wrong. Damn it. I was scared, not ready. But I never meant for you to think I don't want you. Or our child. Please don't do this. You turn away, voice shaking. You can't just take back words, Jungkook. They cut too deep. The next day, Jungkook stormed into your doctor's office, ignoring the startled nurses. I need to know what she has decided, he demanded. The doctor sighed, folding his hands. Mr. John, she's your wife, yes, but she's also my patient. She came here because she felt alone. Jungkook's throat tightened. Because I made her feel that way. The doctor's gaze softened. If she chooses to go through with it, it will be because of your words, and you'll carry that forever. Those words sliced into him deeper than any blade. That night he came home early. You were in the bedroom folding clothes. He lingered by the door, his voice trembling. Don't do this, please. Don't go through with it. You froze your back to him. Why? So you can resent me later? No, he whispered, stepping closer. Because I already regret every word I said. I don't care if it wasn't planned, if it ruins the neat, perfect order I thought I needed. I want this child. I want us. Just don't take them away from me. You turn, tears spilling again, anger burning through them. You don't get to ask that of me. Not after what you said. You can't erase it. His shoulders sagged under the weight of your pain. He had no right to ask, but he still begged with his eyes. Later that night, you sat on the edge of the bed, staring at the floor. Jungkook knelt before you, pride stripped away. Wyan, look at me. You shook your head. If you didn't want a child from me, what did you marry me for? Convenience? Family duty? Oh, I forgot. You didn't marry me by choice. I was forced into you. His voice cracked. I never get to make my own choices. So everything, every decision that my parents made for me, I started resenting that. I hated that, and this marriage started like that only. But now, I can't breathe without you. I thought I wasn't ready. I thought it would ruin your life, tie you down, but I was wrong. The only thing that can ruin us is me losing you. You finally lifted your gaze, but your expression was hard. You think an apology fixes anything? Jungkook, that moment your words shattered something in me. Do you know how it felt? To hold life inside me and hear my husband say he doesn't want it, doesn't want me. He flinched like the words were knives. Slowly he lowered his forehead to your lap. His voice trembled. I don't deserve your forgiveness. I know, but give me a chance to prove I can be better for you, for our baby. Please don't give up on us. Your hands hovered above his head, torn between pushing him away and pulling him close. After a long silence, he whispered, I don't know if I can forgive you, Jungkook. Not yet. Nodded against your lap, broken, then I'll wait, as long as it takes. And for the first time, the mighty John Jungkook didn't look like an untouchable man of power. He looked like a man afraid of losing everything, guilty of the words he spoke without thinking, but now he realized and was ready to fix it.